Alright, here's my 3Z Studio solid-scape printer that doing some support print head maintenance on, and I did it myself, cleaned the head that was plugged, and I'm going to show you what I did to clean it rather than buy a $900 replacement after it wouldn't recover like 4 or 5 times. So I may have got it, so I'm going to show you what I did. Alright, this is what the print heads look like on the 3Z Studio. This one is a universal spare that came with my printer, and this here is the heated line input where the wax goes into the head, and the circuit board controls it and heats it up. I think I can get it. And it's got a real tiny hole on the bottom where the wax comes out. It's like finer than a thread of hair. It's probably just a couple, I don't know, maybe a few microns across stream that comes shooting out of there, and that's what does all the printing. The Build blue wax has a head just like it, but they can't be interchanged. But if you got a universal head, it can replace either one, but once you use it, you can't put it on another. So my head that came with the printer was completely clogged, like nothing would shoot out during a fire of the printer, where you do the setup on the printer head to try to recover and do some self-test on it. So I'm showing you this one because this is exactly what the one that I fixed, I believe, is currently on my printer, and it's going through self-test right now. So I was able to unclog it, and the way that I did it was kind of a suggestion from the engineer at Solidscape. He said I could put it in the VSO, which is the de-waxing liquid, but it's very expensive, so I just use cheap old mineral oil that I get at Walmart. This is like $1.78, I believe, for a pint, so it's way cheaper than VSO, and it works just as good to me. So basically, you heat it up. I have a chicken breast a chicken breast can here that I heated up on a cheap infrared burner that I got on Amazon for about $35. So put some mineral oil in it and you heat it up. To clean the head, you got to get it up to about 80 degrees Celsius. And so what I did, I made this setup here where I have these are squirt bottles you can buy on Amazon. They come with various, this one came with 5 bottles and 5 red heads and 5 green heads. The red is a little bit bigger. So what I did is I rigged up this here setup so that I could put this little adapter here. I made the little red smaller diameter piece of plastic is actually a straw that comes on the brake cleaner cans, and it'll fit just over the red nozzle. So that little short piece in there is that, and then I had a little piece of silicone tubing that comes on these jewelry titanium soldering picks. These are used when you're soldering jewelry, so they come with this little protective silicone cap. So I cut the end of the cap. I cut it off right there, and I used it as a secondary adapter. And this thing will slide right over the nozzle and lock it in place. So you push it on, and it locks over the little barb on the input nozzle, so that if the head is clear, you can squeeze air in and out all the way through to the bottom of the nozzle. So the way I unclogged it is I heated up this mineral oil. I wound up actually putting the entire thing in the oil, even though it has a circuit board on it. I basically cleaned it real good with isopropyl alcohol, even brake cleaner, and air. And what I did is I put a vacuum on this bottle before I stuck it in the oil. So I squeezed it like that, and then put it like that and left it submerged. And then after about 5 minutes, the bottle pulled air. It pulled the mineral oil through the head. And then once I got it going, I just sit there and squeezed it up and down a few times, and it unplugged it. So normally you use VSO. It's real expensive. It's about, I don't even know how much it is, about $200 or $300 a gallon. Mineral oil is probably about $10 a gallon. So I de-wax in mineral oil. Alright, I finally got this print head unclogged, but I had to submerge it all the way, so I hope it didn't destroy the circuit board on it. It's sitting at 85 degrees Celsius, which is 185 Fahrenheit. So put my little union on it, this here squirt bottle, and I pushed it until it finally, you see the bubbles, do the bubble where it's, I pushed it through, and I sit here and squeezed it and opened it, squeezed it and opened it until it finally got it to open up. See the little stream coming out of it? That's where it shoots wax out of the jet. So plunging this back and forth with pressure and vacuum finally opened it up. But I want to show you, so they come with this little protective cover to cover the print head so you don't damage it. So after I submersed my support print head in the oil and got it all unclogged, of course the oil got in the circuit board. There's a little cavity under the circuit board, and also I think there's a cavity inside here. So what I did is I took these two screws off, and these two screws, they're all Phillips head, small Phillips head, and this top cover comes off and exposes the circuit board. It's got two little wires that dangles there. The two wires go inside the cylinder, and I believe there's a copper coil in there, and that's what heats up the print head. So anyway, I blew compressed air as much as I could to get rid of the oil. Then I doused it in alcohol, blew it again, and I did that several times. And then I finally got brake cleaner, because it gets rid of oil pretty good. So I doused it in brake cleaner a couple times. I even sprayed brake cleaner inside that little cylinder where the wires went, and I blew it out several times until I thought there was no more oil in it. And I put it back together and put it on the printer and went through the setup because it was not detecting the print head after I pulled it out. But anyway, it went through all the setup and passed all the tests and was ready for use. So I started a print job on it about 30 minutes later, and so far the print job is going well. It's printing support material correctly. The job is about maybe 16 hours into it, halfway, and it looks good so far. So all right, so the support print head that I unclogged is doing well so far. It's halfway through this job, about 28 hours, and it's printing so far so good. Hopefully this will help somebody else to salvage your print head when you think it's clogged, instead of automatically buying a replacement head for like $900 and $1,200 if you get the universal print head. And currently they don't support the heads anymore, and the or anything on service on the 3Z Studio that I know of. All the parts you buy are now unsupported with no warranty, so you buy everything at risk. Anyways, hope it helps. Alright, my 28-hour print job is finished up. This is going to be a gold women's bracelet, and the unclogged support head looks like it did well. It's got minimal wax in the trays. All the calibrations during the print went well, no errors. So it looks like it has successfully worked. So I'm gonna take the print off the build tray and we'll see how it looks once it's de-waxed. Okay, I'm very happy my 3D print came out perfect. And so the support head that I unclogged did its job. And so I have another video that I've made on shows you how I de-wax my 3D prints using mineral oil. Very cheap technique that I've developed myself. So I have another video, check it out. Might help somebody save on costs, because I have to do everything on the cheap. So good luck and hope this helps.